Bam community, man, welcome back to another video today. So today I'm here to share my story. How did I get here? So for starters, I'm going to take it all the way back from high school. So my senior year of high school, right? 2017, I graduated from Golden Valley High School. That high school was something to definitely remember. It's definitely a bittersweet moment once I graduated. I definitely was kind of lost on what I wanted to do. Man, I could tell you that I was like a lost child. Like I remember the next day waking up and I'm like, damn, I'm actually an adult. You know, my mom was like, okay, so what's the next plan? You know, I told her that I already applied for college classes. I'm going to go to Bakersfield College. So remind you, I don't start school until August, September. You know, part of me wanted to be like, my story wasn't over with football. So I go to Bakersfield College and I try out for the football team. You know, it was kind of hard for me to get to workouts in the morning because workouts pretty much from like an elite, I don't know. I'm gonna speak from a JUCO perspective because I played JUCO ball. From just having an elite program, all the elite programs starts at 4 a.m. They start super early in the morning. I'm talking about stunning early in the morning. I had to be there by 4 a.m. Remind you, my house, I actually will try to put a map here. My house from Ocean View Drive, 1805 Ocean View Drive, over there by Panama Lane, all the way to the east side of Bakersfield. Like that was a commute. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have an early enough bus for me to make it to the first team workouts. Lucky enough, I had a friend at the time that was taking me to practice, but we got into it and he stopped taking me. So I had to like rely on like my other friends, like my boy Markel, my boy Tyler Waters. You know, at the time, like they were helping me get to practice at the time because I didn't really have a commutative way to get to practice. Through the dog days of summer, you know what I'm saying? It's just really, really going well. So we go on a 2-week break. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm training, I'm getting my body right. I get fitted for my helmet the last day of practice, and then we're on a 2-week break. So we're on a 2-week break. I'm literally just at home, not chilling, but I'm literally at home working out, doing push-ups, sit-ups. I'm getting stronger by the day. You know what I'm saying? I get a text like on a Sunday. It was at 6 p.m. I remember this. And a coach texted me. I had a wide receivers coach number at the time. Hey Cam, I just want to let you know that we're not going to invite you to training camp. You know, part of me was just very hurt, very like discouraged that I didn't get invited to like training camp. But part of me knew that, you know, this was part of the story. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like I can just try out next year and see what it does. So, you know what I'm saying? That was the whole reason why I went to college. Because honestly, if I was going to play college football, I would have never went to college, if I'm being so honest. I just didn't know what I wanted to do straight out of high school. And I knew that I wanted to play college football again. And I kind of made that decision, like, I want to say November, December of my senior year. We didn't make it to playoffs. So I kind of had to like figure out my life kind of before January. But at that point, I was like, damn, I got discouraged. So only thing I had going on was school for real. So I go to school, man, first day of college, man. If y'all know where that rock is on BC campus, dude, oh my gosh, bro. They have a study there. 80% of the people that go to that rock drops out of college. Everybody that I know that went to that rock has dropped out. It is so hilarious to just even think about the rock. If I had a picture, I would definitely post it what it looks like, because a lot of people would just chill out, hang out there, and you know, stuff like that. But me personally, I was there a lot. I met a lot of people. You know, my first day of college, definitely something hard. Like I just didn't feel the motivation and the drive I felt coming in when I first started, because I really wanted to play college football. That was the ultimate goal. I never got the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? So I had to like really think things through. If like college was for me, you know, I kept showing up, I kept going every single day. You know, and I had like a PE class, so like I used to see the coaches all the time. They'd be like, man, you're getting stronger, keep working out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out there doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Then when it's time for the first semester to be over, you know what I'm saying? Like I really realized, like, why am I going to finals for? Like I'm not going to show up to finals. So when I didn't show up to any of my finals, I failed college. And part of me really realized, like, why the freak did I do that? Especially looking back at it now, like, what was I doing at the time? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got all F's and 1 C. Like, I couldn't tell you how stupid I was at the time. And I just didn't care anymore just because I wasn't playing football. The next following semester, right? I get ready to, well, actually, no, before that semester ends, I'm already registering for next classes. knowing damn well I can't register because I just failed all my classes. So after I failed all my classes, up to see like, okay, my next semester class is looking like, and I'm on probation just because of the fact that I failed all my classes the prior semester. So when I failed all those classes, I only have two classes for this semester, right? For going into the spring of like 2018. So I'm going into the spring of 2018. Obviously, just couldn't get into it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm dropping out. And that's exactly what I did. I dropped out of college and I got a job working at Pyology. So at the time when I was working at Pyology, I was working there for like almost 7-8 months. And then on top of that, I had got into a relationship with a girl that I thought that was going to be my dream girl. We was always on good terms. Like it was nothing really crazy. We started off as best friends and then we started off, dating. But, as that relationship went on, like 6 months into it, like it was just like, nah, this ain't it for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got cheated on, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to tell this girl like how I really felt about her. I'm glad that, that she cheated on me. So I know how to really move on from that and stuff like that. So that following semester going into that fall, I enrolled full time. I have like 14 units and I'm thinking about like going to school in Los Angeles. So during that time, like I had really thought about it and everything else. And now I'm just trying to just get my life together as far as like myself. Now I'm single. Now I can just literally focus on school. And pretty much I gave school everything I had, especially all my child development classes, my history class and my English class. Those are only like classes I had. I had a theater class too when I was at BC as well. And I passed all those classes. I only had 1 C and I had all A's. And I was very proud how the way I finished and how the way things ended there for me. So after the semester was over, take it back, my bad. Take it back a little bit. I went to LA for spring break, and this is when Nipsey Hussle had passed away. And I think it was around spring break when he passed away when I went out there. So I went to LA Southwest Community College, and Coach Nunley was the head coach at the time. And I told him like, hey, look, can I get ready to play for you guys? Like, I'm gonna give everything I have. He's like, yeah, come on the team. So he was like, make sure you talk to the dean and everything else, that you should be fine. So I talked to the dean. I got on my transcripts, everything else. He said everything is fine. Make sure you guys talk to a counselor and get some classes. Okay, cool. So I'm already registered. I'm good to go. I go back home. I finished my classes at BC. Like I said, now I'm just fast forward to the story now. I passed all my classes. So now I'm getting ready to move to LA within like a month because I got training camp on the 20th. So I'm having fun. I'm working until I'm able to leave. You know what I'm saying? I get everything ready to go. Boom. I have everything packed. I'm going to stay at my grandma's house until I was promised some type of housing when I got out there. And then the 19th, I went to an LA party the night before I was supposed to leave to go back to Los Angeles. I stayed at my grandma's. From the 20th, I went back to Bakersfield. And a few hours later, I left Bakersfield to go back to Los Angeles within a couple hours. It was crazy. Then after that, I went out there on a Sunday. Then Monday came. It was training camp and summer school. So a lot of people didn't know I took summer school, and summer school was very, very hard. I had a very hard African American. Finished one summer school class, and that summer school credit didn't affect my grade, but I do have a W on my transcript, which sucked. So it pretty much sucked. It was what it was. So. Yeah, but other than that, I went to training camp. It was great. I got to know the coaches, the quarterback coach. Got to really get to know them. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really dope to be a part of that offense. When we first got there, I was learning stuff, trying to get everything going. I would go there on the weekends, train. The facility was always open, so I would always go get some work in before workouts or get some after workouts. You know what I'm saying? Like it was never a day where I just didn't put in no work. So you know what I'm saying? So, every single day I was in the locker room just trying to find ways to get better because I know football was the only thing that I had. So we're going to fast forward from June, July to August. So August comes back. We come back from a mini vacation. I think it was like we coming back from like late July. And, we're getting helmets. We're getting ready to get suited up for gear. You know what I'm saying? We have to go to another football field. Our football stadium was low-key being reconstructed. We were getting new turf. So we have practice practice on this baseball field. And so yeah, they cut the sports in late 90s. So like I said, like I think they still watered the area that they were practicing in, but it was potholes everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So one day I'm running a route and I landed in a pothole. My growing, like I didn't tear anything, but my growing had like a sore. Like I'm like, fuck, like I'm over here walking, like I can't really jog, like it hurts, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I went to the trainer. Miss Woda was a trainer at the time. I don't know if she's still there. She was like, yeah, you probably just gotta look a little tears, nothing too serious. Like I didn't have to get surgery or nothing, but it just definitely made me feel out of place. Like that's an injury that I don't feel like that will never go away. Like even when I run now, like it still hurts, but not to the pain that it had when I first had it. It definitely did hurt for a while. So, you know, we're going through training camp with that, but you know what I'm saying? I went through training camp. I didn't get a chance to start. You know, it was other people ahead of me. You know, we had Joseph Lewis. He had came from USC, and he ended up starting over me. And then he had like other couple of receivers that were there that started over me. And I just, you know, I couldn't complain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I didn't have no control over. I only can control the things I can control. So we fast forward to us playing Santa Monica. That was our first game of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like this team looks very beatable. We just got to come out and play fast, strong, physical. You know, we did the exact opposite. We played very soft. We didn't play well. We had so many penalties. On top of that, our quarterback was, and we found out our quarterback was ineligible the day before the game. That right there showed me where the school was and where like our head coach was, because at the end of the day, why is our quarterback not starting? That's some shit I look at, I'd be like, damn, like that's crazy. So we ended up losing that game, and honestly we ended up having like a losing season. I'm just gonna fast forward to that. We ended up having a losing season. We ended up winning like 1-9. We won our last game against Glendale, which was very crazy. It was a kick return to the crib. Shout out to Trim. He definitely had a good kickoff return to the crib. That's something I still remember. But after the season was over, I did want to transfer because obviously I ended up passing all my classes there besides one class, which I'm not going to talk about. I did have like a couple of more units before I was able to get my associate's degree. So during COVID, that's when everything like kind of like messed up. And this is where I wasn't able to play football. You know, I was at home. I was going to school online, but I was at home still. I couldn't really go back to LA to play football. So I decided to go to Lancaster. So I went to AVC for one semester so I can literally grab the rest of my credits and just graduate with my AA. Well, not my AA, my, associates. My AS. Let's say AS. I think it's the same shit. AS. AA, don't matter. Associate's degree, everything was fine at Antelope Valley, but I didn't get the playing time I wanted. I didn't get the starting time I really desired, I guess. They didn't see me as like a primary wide receiver. They saw me more as a blocking tight end and just an actual tight end. You know, I just learned 3 different routes, I guess. And, you know, that's just where they saw me. And, you know, I think for the last time, you know, I was putting my helmet and shoulder pads on. I knew that this was the last time I would ever play football again. You know, I was never like teared up before in my life. And we ended up losing our bowl game, by the way. So that made it even worse. So on our way home, like, you know, I just told my mom, like, hey, I'm coming home tonight. Like, I can do the rest of my classes online. And that's exactly what I did. You know, after my football game, I packed my car, and, you know, Bakersfield and Lancaster, they're not too far. They're like an hour apart. And I ended up going home and just start thinking about my life. Like, what else do I want out of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, football is done for me. You know, I'm about to get my child development degree and my associates in communications. I just got to like figure out what I want to do. Like, I'm not going to go to a 4-year institute and cheat my way through it, because when I was going through COVID, that's all I did. Like, that's all I knew. I was cheating myself through shit. Like, math, English, science, anything I was doing, all my classes, I'm like, bro, I'm not finna give this everything I got. I'm finna cheat it through. And that's the reason why that's why I decided not to go get my 4-year degree, just because of the fact that I was going to cheat it through. And it was going to be a waste of time, especially if I was going back to class. Yeah, you can go ahead and count me the freak out. So after I received my associates in December, so I decided to move back home to Bakersfield to figure out my life. Originally, I was working at Albertsons and the one in Lancaster, but I ended up transferring back to Bakersfield so I can stack my money and save. Not to confuse y'all. So when I was working the one in Bakersfield, I was there for a year and some change. During that time, like, that's when the time I really realized, like, I got to lock in what do I want to do. And I realized that I wanted to become a gamer. Like, I love gaming. Like, I want to be able to have a gaming YouTube channel and a main personal channel, like far as vlogging and stuff, like I can do that. So for that whole year of 2022, I saved up all my money to buy everything that I needed for my setup. I'm talking about computer, monitors, PC, desk, everything that I needed. I needed to make sure I had all this stuff that I needed. End of the year of 2023. So after I got everything, the year goes on. So it's December. I gotta figure out like where I'm gonna live, like if I'm gonna have a roommate or if I'm gonna live on my own. So when I was looking for jobs, I'm like, God damn, like the pay ain't matching what I'm trying to get. So and then in most of these jobs, they pay like 17, 18, 19 an hour, and these apartments out here are like $1,300, $1,400. So I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, damn, bro, like I need to like figure out what I'm gonna do. So I do come out here and I look at apartments. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking at apartments. That's all I'm doing. Apartment shopping every single day that I'm out here. And I'm out here for 4 days. I'm apartment shopping every single day. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying at the New Orleans and I'm apartment shopping every day. And I realized there's nothing that I see that I like. And I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just fly home. It's just see if I can try to get this roommate situated. So I go on the Facebook place and I go for roommates. I think it's app that's called Roommates or something. And I saw like a place in Henderson. I'm like, okay, I heard a lot about Henderson. So I look and I'm like, damn, this is kind of like seductive. I'm like far away from everything. I'm like 20 minutes away from the strip still. And I realized like, let me just take a look at it. And you know what I'm saying? And I realized like the area that it is fairly new. Like, and I'm just like, okay, this could be something. So I called a guy, you know, I called my roommate at the time. I'm not gonna say his name, but I call him and he was like, yeah, man, it's a great fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a great area. Like, I love it. Like, I'm even though you don't love me, I love it. It's very quiet. I'm somebody that's like very ducked off and I love everything about it. So, you know, he was telling me about it and he was like, well, let me know if you want it. Just give me a call or text and just let me know. I was like, okay, we'll do. The next day I thought about it and I prayed about it and I'm like, man, I'm moving to Las Vegas. Fuck it. And I called him the next day. I was like, hey man, it's Cam. I'm gonna let you know that I'm going to go ahead and take the place, but I won't be out there till June 3rd. And he was like, okay, that's fine. Just make sure that, you know, you had the money, the deposit, last month rent. I was like, okay, cool, perfect. So during these last month and a half from May, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I leave like in 3 weeks. So I put my 2 weeks the week later and I'm getting ready to pack everything that I need. I make sure I got the U-Haul. I'm making sure I have money for pretty much for all my stuff to be moved. My boy's coming with me, so I got to pay his girl because he didn't have a car at the time. So I had to pay his girl in gas money. And my cousin drove the U-Haul because I didn't have my license at the time. So, you know, I have everything ready to go. So when this came to the move, it was very, very smooth, I would say. I got everything out the U-Haul. I got everything settled in 1 day. After all that stuff was being done, I ended up taking the U-Haul back somewhere in Henderson, and I took them out to eat afterwards, and they left, and I drove off and went home and you know, and cried. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the new chapter of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. Like now it's time to like put things together, put things in place, you know, and be happy. So I moved here, you know. Fast forward some time, you know, I go on some dates. I'm going out, I'm meeting people, you know, things like that. I'm just trying to get familiar with the city. I haven't been out as much just because I'm working a lot. You know, I'm working that's the time when I was working like 7 days a week. Getting them checks really big, going to Sam's Club like every week, buying groceries, you know what I'm saying, spending money unresponsibly. Like that's what time I was really spending money unresponsibly. Credit card was maxed out, buying clothes, shoes, everything you could think of. I was literally doing it and I was not living life correctly. And I really realized I got to take a step back and just really spend money wisely. I got a promotion from work and I only had this promotion for 3 months. 3 months of me having this promotion, I get laid off. And I'm just like, damn, bro, like I just can't catch a break. And, you know, and I'm just really asking myself, like, why did I just get laid off? Like, I just don't understand. Like, bro, I came to work every day. I do this, and the third. Like, you know, what's crazy? They laid me off on a day that they did it in front of everybody. So I'm at my job by myself and everybody's desk is empty. And I'm like, damn, why my desk is the only one here? And I see the HR lady comes out and she talks to me and she said, yeah, this position is no longer needed. Here's your last check. But if you do want to continue to work here, it's like you can go back to where you were when you first started, but the pay will be very low. And I'm like, why would I like stay here at this point? Like my pay is not where, no, we need to go. Yeah, it's okay. We can leave. So after I decided to leave, you know, leave the company or whatever, I get hired at a place that's called the Monarch. Let me see, I have the name tag. So I want to cover up the other company. So this is the Monarch. This is my Albertsons tag, but the Monarch is like a home where dementia people would go, and dementia. I didn't really know what dementia was. Dementia is where you lose your memory. You don't really remember people. And I worked there for about 2-3 weeks, and I got hired at my other job that recently got let go earlier this year. But yeah, it was a good job. And another job I got hired at, I was there. It was for attempt to hire, and and that company was great in the beginning because I was working 10-hour shifts and I was working like 6 days a week. Like the money was flowing in very well, and then the company started to go into shits. Like I don't know what happened. Their main customer is Amazon. And I don't want to say the name of the company just because of the fact that I don't work there no more. And then it's just like whatever now. I do want to share something though. I want to show y'all like what example, no matter how hard you work, that shit doesn't matter. I want to share that story once I find it. I had one, I'm not going to say the name of the company. So I had one employee of the month, right? And let me tell you this shit don't mean nothing. I'm talking about I came in on my days off. I came in on times where they asked me to stay longer. I'm there moving this, moving that. I'm literally breaking my neck for a company that fired me a couple of months later. I'm talking about I got employee of the month in December, right? December. I got let go in March. No, April, January, February, March, April. Actually, it was in the month of April I got let go. And so like 4 or 5 months later, you can let me go. You're one of your top workers. You telling me somebody that you gave employee of the month to and let go a couple of months later? This shit was crazy, dude. And once I got let go, I really realized like you really can't really bet yourself on a job. You know what I'm saying? Like that company let me go for no apparent reason. I couldn't tell you why they let me go. But I was never heard about the situation. I knew that something else bigger was coming. But also I was looking for another job because when I was working 10-hour shifts, those paychecks were amazing. And you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really tripping. I had another job interview lined up like that week on that Thursday, or actually no, on that Tuesday, then that next following week Tuesday, because I got a call on Friday to let me know that was my last day. So when I got a call on Tuesday about another position about somewhere else that was called the Willing Group. I don't mind sharing this name because I know I'm probably not gonna work there again. And pretty much you can work 12 hours, 7 days a week. Man, I was like, sign me the freak up. Like, so I'm going there like every day or whatever. And then I think like I was only there for like 6 days. My 6th day, the guy tells me like, hey, we're running out of work. So I'm gonna have to end your assignment here today. Just because, I need work for my full-time employee. Once you're like a temp or something, like you don't get access to the company like you're their full-time associates. When you're a temp, it's like they can let you go for any reason. If they don't have any work, they just don't need you anymore. They'll just let the agency know, and then they'll let you know, and then they'll put you on another assignment. So when I was told that, I was hurt because it was like, damn, bro, I really wanted to be here. Like this job was really fucking easy. Like, that was probably the most easiest job I ever had in my life. Like I still think about that job to this day. That's how easy this shit was. But things happen. Eventually they put me on a new assignment. So I'm getting ready to go out of town. I think I went out of town, came back. I had a thing at Mom's Mills. That's where I work at right now. I don't see myself working there very long. Honestly, I was already looking for another job once I got there. And Mom's Mills is a freezer place. Well, Mom's Mills is a place for pretty much seniors to get meals at home, so they're very more healthier, but it requires me to work in a freezer that is like 34 degrees to 33 degrees, and it's very, very cold. And to be honest, like I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I already have another job lined up. I'm not going to say the name of the job, but it's a really good job. It required me to do a lot of overtime this summer, which is great, but I just told myself that that's something that I can't do. I can't do it. I'm sorry. So I just ended up finding another job. I ended up getting hired. I ended up doing a drug test today. But Mom's Mills treated me nothing but respect, and and I, even though I didn't like it, it's just something that I just couldn't get into, and it just sucked. So for now, I got a new job and everything else. And the reason why I'm sharing my story today is just because I'm somebody in their 20s that's just trying to figure it out. I'm somebody that's going through so much highs and lows. That's just college. That's college football. That's just me living the day-to-day life, me being 25 years old. That's me being in a relationship, me trying to navigate my feelings, my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been going through so much, and I'm literally still here with the highest spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a couple of months ago or a few weeks ago, I was just here, just trying to get by, shower, wake up, go to work, go home, stream, edit, all this stuff, man. It just really took a toll on me. So, I mean, as a man, I feel so that, you know, you got to find what you really love. And you know what I'm saying? You know, you're not going to find that by working for a company that could literally fire you for no fucking reason. So if you're a man on this world that's trying to really separate yourself from others or put yourself in a position where you're being able to succeed, you need to start coming out with a plan and a model for you to become successful. You know what I'm saying? I really want to become successful off video games, and that's why I play them. That's the reason why I edit so much. That's the reason why I wanted to make the main channel. I want you guys to know me for me, and I want you guys to understand what I go through on my day-to-day life. And, you know, stuff like this does not come easy. So I want to let you guys know that life definitely will get harder and harder as it go. And then on top of that, I got into a car accident this year. Like, I'm without my vehicle, and I have to pay off tickets, and I got to pay my credit card back. Like, it's just so much things I got going on up here. It's just like, fuck, bro. It's just like I cannot catch a break. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be easy for me just to end everything right now, but I'm choosing to fight through everything that I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to go through this chapter to fight for what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a losing stage in my life right now, but I'm being very, very positive about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to therapy. I'm literally writing down 10 things every single day when I'm doing positive, what I'm doing what are 10 positive things, or what are 10 negative things I'm taking away from today's day. And it's just like so many different things I'm doing to try to become the best version I want for myself. You know, my therapist have been helping me, and I love him to death, man. It was our only first session on Sunday, and I feel like I'm already learning so much through him, and I appreciate him. But it's just, man, it's definitely hard. If you are a man in this world, just understand this life will beat you up if you don't have a plan. And if you do have a plan, just know that it's not going to be easy to execute that plan. You're going to go through losses. You're going to lose relationships. You're going to lose your family. You're going to lose somebody during this process where it makes it 10 times more harder. Like I said, I'm without a car. I'm on my own. Got to feed for myself. And trust me, it is not easy. I want to let you guys know that right now. It's definitely not easy. It's going to continue to get harder. I just want to tell you guys what I'm going through, and then just sharing my story. But I don't want to bore you guys too much for my story, but I appreciate you guys coming in today's video. BAM community, I am out. And yeah, like I said, more videos will be dropping, more vlogs will be dropping, and everything else, everything I want in my life will be coming soon. And I appreciate you guys. BAM community, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.